start jumping to the tune in the room, I'm alive. Yeah, I sip in the body with Holly and Molly, and I got a nice hottie. Got it on my body, keep on going and I never worry. I vibe all night and I spend your money. Don't stop till the night turns sunny. Everybody gonna wanna try to holler, wonder what I've done. I'm gonna reach a horror, got bitch on the collar. Charm on the floor and I never need a bother, cause I got never stopping up. Cool another brother, bringing in another nerd, skinning up in my nerd. If I'm gonna worry, cause I'm better than a baby bird. If it's good, but generate bars of heart. Never need a medicine, no. Never need a medicine, no.
So, welcome here now with Scott Chisholm. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So, I'm going to start off with some Christmas questions. As you know, we've got a tree behind us and everything like that. So, the first one I've been asking is, what's the best Christmas song ever? There's no right or wrong answer.
Best Christmas song ever? Oh, it's got to be, damn, sorry, I always forget the name of it. It's, Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. Yeah, I've got a bit of something like that.
That's
it, Wham, yeah, that's it. Yeah,
you're
yeah.
the second person who said that so far. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, so
I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, no, we'll keep a chart here. So, that's the second. Right, so mince pies or pigs in blankets?
Oh, you see, that's annoying because I've recently just I've just turned pescatarian. So I do actually prefer pigs to blankets, but I can't eat it now. So, but to be fair, mince pies with brandy cream. Mustard.
Well, yeah. I can't think of the second person pescatarian we've had as well.
Oh,
so
really?
There's obviously a trend.
I'm not alone. I'm not alone in this world.
No, you're not. No, yeah, you're amongst friends. Yeah. So, what was the best Christmas present you ever had? Do you reckon?
Best Christmas present I ever had, I think. That stands out for me. Would have to be when I was younger. Would have to be the Hot Wheels set. So it was like, had a little loop-the-loop, round and round, and then it would go a jump, and then it would there was a big skull, and the car would go into the skull's mouth, and the skull's mouth would split, and the guts went everywhere. Yeah, that's fun. But to be fair, a bottle of Lynx, some aftershave, socks and boxers is a winner now.
Right, okay, well, the next question was what you were hoping that Father Christmas might bring you this year. So maybe you just answered that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Socks, boxers, Lynx Africa, and a bottle of the pink dupe.
Well, no, easy to please. That's all right. That's easy. Great. Right, so we're here obviously because of Audiotrope and what they're trying to do. So what do you think about what they're doing? Just generally.
Oh, it's amazing. Not obviously the musicians being paid, giving them opportunity to get paid is outstanding. To be able to get the funding for that, but also just for people's mental health, whether you're the musician or whether you're someone listening in, it's great. From the musician side, giving them something to focus on or have something at least coming up. Yeah. You know, a lot of people have lost a lot of gigs, whether they're getting money for it or not. A lot of gigs or jam sessions where that would be good for their wallet or good for their head. So it's at least to have something coming up, or whether you've done it once before, you can try and get yourself back in there again, give something to work towards. So
how did you find? Because you do one of the, was it on the live sessions? Is it?
Yeah. I've done a live session in the Savage Studios.
In the studios, that's right.
Yeah. So I actually had quite a long break during it, and then just before the second lockdown, Mike Willis was doing a gig down in the Tommy's Bar in the Source Park. Yeah. And I went in and he invited me out to play, and then Tina saw me from there. Because I kind of almost packed it in a little bit, but then Tina gave me that opportunity, and since then it's kind of re-sparked it for me. Which is brilliant. It's done really good.
So that whole thing, you sort of got back into it.
Yeah. Funny enough, lockdowns actually helped with me getting back into music rather than.
Yeah, this is weird. Talking to other people, it's had different effects, and sometimes it's concentrated and it's given them a release, way out of it in a way. So what, do you mind me asking why you stopped or sort of fell out of love with it in the first place?
It was just I became a bit more obsessed with trying to get gigs. So I was like, I want to get a gig here, I want to be able to do this, and stopped kind of focusing on actually enjoying myself. Yeah. And then it just became a bit like a chore. And then some of the gigs I was doing, I wasn't putting effort into them. And then it just kind of faded out. And obviously as I was getting older, I needed to work and jobs and stuff like that.
So, one of the questions I was going to ask is what you've got out of this experience. Well, obviously it's got you back into music and doing
but obviously when I kind of, a couple of years I stopped doing it, I didn't. It's not until I started doing it again now that I realised how much I actually lost. Just with general like happiness, and not that I haven't been happy or anything, but just kind of lost that spring in my step sort of thing.
So you've certainly got a spring in your step now. So that's
Yeah. Like trying to sit in a chair, it's hard work.
Well, that's great. I mean, that's what music does, isn't it? Well, another thing, but I mean, it gets you out there, brings you out. So it's a very beneficial thing for you, obviously.
Yeah. It's like it's not all end all, but you definitely see a difference in day-to-day moods when you are active. It's like with people working out daily. Or going to the gym or things like some people go for runs, some people can go to the gym, some people need to pick up a guitar or pick up a mic and have it out. It's the same sort of is it endorphins or
endorphins, that's where you get the sort of the natural juices, if you want to put it that way.
Some people pump iron on it.
Because one of the things I was watching your session was online was you were saying how personal the songs were. They're all about certain aspects of your life, about going out and getting drunk and learning about not going out and getting drunk. So is that where a lot of it comes from you? It's from the heart, it's from your life. Yeah,
and it's fair, like, especially with this whole lockdown thing, because apart from lockdown, there's not been a lot going on, so there's not much to write about now. I mean, you can, I suppose you could try to write a song about how lockdowns affected you, but then I've just sat through lockdowns, so I don't want to then go write about it. So
So I mean, you say on the video, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. But it's well worth it. I mean, you had a great band for stuff.
Yeah, I was. So they're not. We're not like a whole band. Like we haven't got a band name and things like that. I kind of. I had a month and a bit to get my set ready.
Oh, okay.
But at the time I was decorating a room. I just started a new job doing landscaping, so I was just trying to like juggle those things together, and I just badgered the guys to help me out, and I was so lucky to have them, because even with my own songs, because I wrote my songs when I was younger. So now when I came back to them, my like mood and my energy's changed. I still can't sit still, but I'm not as fast and as hyped as what I was. So I had to kind of rearrange my songs, and then to try to teach them to them. They actually remembered my songs better than I did, so they kind of glued me together.
Well, I mean, you got like Jim Board on guitar, and, who just adds stuff, doesn't he?
I've each one, Jim Board, James Gulliver, and Alfie, I've jammed with individually in the past.
Okay.
So they kind of get my vibe. But yeah, like James Gulliver would add an element that I didn't know was there in the song, almost. Alfie just the kid's kind of like a foundation, and he keeps calm and collective. Or if I'm like, am I doing okay, Alfie? He's like, you're doing fine, Scott, don't worry. And then Jim Board's just cool.
I know, he's
just a dude. So I was really lucky to get all three of them there.
So I did wonder that actually. Watching it was because these guys have done so much in their sort of their careers, if you want to call it that. Is how when they were playing the song, because obviously they were under-rehearsed, as you said.
Yeah.
Did they sort of reimagine the songs? Were they as you imagined them, or did they add extra elements that you didn't know?
Well, yeah. I mean, the other reason I asked them is because I didn't ask them just to go, right, here's my song, this is how you play them. Like they were all amazing musicians, and I wanted their inputs in.
Good.
So I was like, and I know that they're so well seasoned musicians that they're capable of doing that. My songs are usually 3 or 4 chords the whole way through. The only thing that changes is the rhythm or the speed that I play it at.
Yeah.
So for them, I knew they'd be able to be creative with it. Like Jim Boards. Every time I played with him, and I've just went, right, here's the chords, go. He's always just been able to add his own thing to it, and it's not too different from what I'm doing, but those guys are like the little cherry on top for me. It's great.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So what did you grow up listening to, music-wise? Whether it was your parents' music or
music-wise, with my mum, it was kind of like Prince, Elton John, Take That, a band called The Cause, an Irish band called The Cause.
Yeah.
And my dad was just Queen.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was kind of like more of a rock upbringing. But then as I got older, living up in Hollington, my cousins and that, it was like garage. I was a jungle, drum bass. And then with my mates, it was grime. So and then I went to college, and it was a whole mix. So it's been quite a whole mix. So that then my auntie, I call him my auntie and uncle for Kushti, Andy and Gina. So like a lot of ska and reggae as well.
Yeah, because I mean, it's quite wordy, your songs, aren't they? It's almost rappy elements.
Yeah. So like my songs, I most of the time I write the lyrics first, or I'll have like a rough riff, and then I'll write the lyrics over it. But then I'll make the riff suit the lyrics and do it that way. Yeah,
because we were talking sort of off camera beforehand about sort of mentoring, and you've had some quite helpful mentoring.
I've been really lucky. Obviously, I had Kushti, Andy, Gina, and the rest of the bands. So they used to have open jams. So they used to just, and at the time I was playing bass. So they would just give me a bass guitar, and then if we do like a blues jam, and I wouldn't know what I'm doing, and then Gina would be sitting in the back of the bar going, like that, and I'm like. So they give me a lot of confidence. So then my cousin was doing a lot of youth stuff, my cousin Blake, and he took me up to the Hollington Youth Club where I started working with Riff Mix.
Yeah.
And then I was up with Phil Gill, Sam Halligan, Simon, but I can't remember his second name, and Benji Cliffords and people like that. And they all show me loads of stuff, how to set up a gig, how to do bits of recording, how to play different instruments, how to be in a band. And then after a while, I joined as a mentor.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's great. I mean, I think that's one of the things we're lucky with, things like Audiotrope, obviously now, but those projects like Rhythmics, sadly, I don't think is happening any longer, is it?
No. It's just as I started mentoring and I was training to have my own little class, the funding got cut.
Yeah.
And obviously, where I was just joining there to let me go. So.
Yeah, so I mean, and that just shows you how valuable it is. But you've got sort of kids like yourself coming up, doing something.
Yeah, and to watch Tina battle the odds to actually keep this Audiotrope thing going, that's pretty special, I think.
Yeah, it's good. So, so influences, I suppose those are the sort of influences you've had, you were mentioning before about all this.
Yeah, then obviously I used to go down to Respond Academy a little bit as well. Yeah. Jason and Pablo are great. There's
another place that's not there.
Yeah, and it's and then obviously the other artists I've met through town, like Mike Willis has always been really supportive. It's another guy who got me into the open mic. It's called Mike Osborne.
Yeah.
He was Diamonds, and all the bars down Old Town that he's done stuff. And David Francis as well was my first open mic.
Yeah.
In the rooms, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the whole Hastings scene, and all the people who took me under the wing, or just showed me the ropes, or people just invite me into bars to play. The whole scene was amazing.
So it's one thing. It seems to be a common theme. Something that I always been very keen of is what makes Hastings special as a sort of a musical town, is that collaboration, that community spirit. Would you agree with that? With all those people helping each other out?
Oh yeah. It's obviously it's the known thing that when you're gigging in Hastings, half your crowd is other musicians. But that's but that is the beauty of it. You go to their gigs, they come to your gigs. And then, every now and then you'd support each other and things like that.
Yeah, but it is a support network, isn't it? So have you got around to recording anything yet? Not properly in inverted commas,
No, do you know what? I love doing performances. So in front of a small crowd or big crowds, I'm fine. In front of cameras, on the other hand, or recording equipment, I think it's called red light fear.
Yeah.
I'm really nervous. So I think that's something I'm yet to tackle myself, is actually to force myself to get into recording. I've done a bit when I was at college, but I wouldn't release any of that stuff because that was all experimental, me learning, and a lot of kind of crappy voice stuff.
But once again, that's one of the good things about something like this. It's giving you guys the chance to have the interview in front of cameras.
Yeah, so this Audiotrope's the first time I've actually, because obviously we've done for the actual Audiotrope live session. That was done Samuel George's photography,
Yeah.
No, so so I'm starting to get there to be in front of cameras, but it's also really nerve-wracking.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But it's something I have definitely taken out of the session.
Good, good. So what are you hoping to do with your music? Say, that's next year, and hopefully the COVID all goes away, as we will hope it will.
To get some recordings done.
Yeah.
To definitely get some recordings done. To get a full band piece together. So to just get first of all, to get a whole 1 gig's worth band piece together, and to get some recordings done, to get some singles done.
Yeah. So would you like to get your own band together? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, obviously, if I can have if I can have those wonderful Three Musketeers, that's the aim. Obviously, they are extremely busy with all the other things that they're doing. But yeah, having a band, because I used to be in bands when I was younger. I was always quite a diva because I'm a songwriter. So having other people's input I used to struggle with, but now I want it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Good, good. Well, hopefully next year will be a good one for you, and it's been good to chat to you.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Cheers.
Everybody took it anyway. Pressure, it pushed me, set his mind astray. Hey, hey, astray. Astray. Hey, hey, astray.